Hi everyone, it's your girl, Tolu Phipps. How are you guys? It's been a minute. Life has been lifing as usual. It's been a lot of moving parts, but we are here. So without taking much of your time, I just wanted to share a little bit of something with you guys. At the beginning of this year, I told myself I wanted to read the Bible cover to cover. I mean, I have done that before, but just morning devotion, group stuff, never really sat down to say I wanted to actually read the whole thing. And even though I divided it, because how many days we have in a year, I divided the chapters, but it's so fascinating to me that I'm almost done. I just concluded first Samuel, and I'm not supposed to be there if we divide it properly. But it's like I've never read the Bible before. That's how it feels. But I just want to share a few things that I've seen so far, and I'm open to learning, and I hope that we can learn from this video and from one another, in the comment section or whatever. Let's just dive into it. So one of the things that I really like that I've been seeing is names. They're really cool names in the Bible. It's not always Samuel, Peter, Judah. I don't like those names anyway. I've never liked them, but there are so many dope names. But I'm not going to share with you guys because I'm gonna keep it until I have my kids and give them so that you guys will not steal my name. But the Bible has really dope names, and there's so many undercover people in the Bible too that are very, very important. They did really cool things, really memorable things, cogent things, but they are not as spoken of as the others, the famous ones. Just wanted you guys to know that if you didn't already know. Also, I'm so envious of how close God was to the Israelites in those days. I'm not saying that God isn't close to us now. It's a different kind of thing then. There was no Jesus then anyway. It's like they would literally go into the room and pray and ask God for something and come right outside with the answer. It's like, Jago, can I do this? And they get the answer, they come outside and say yes or no. I'm not saying that prayers cannot work like that right now, but if we're being honest, it's not really rampant. It's like sometimes you pray and you just have to sit on it and figure it out. But they were so lucky to have that kind of relationship where they were so close. They were seeing angels, they were seeing all signs of God's presence. They knew it was there. You're certain, like, God is here. The ark is here, that means God is here. And the angel, that means God is here. It was obvious and, almost tangible, if I may use that word. I have also seen that the Bible captures literally every single profession that is today. And if you argue that with me, show me evidence, show me one profession that is not in the Bible. It's like even my current profession is like when I'm reading and I'm like, when they're going to war or whatever, I'm just like, wait, what? Like, this is where it came from? I'm seeing different kind of things, like there's ambush, there's this, I'm like, wow. I never could have thought, like, I feel like I was never really paying attention to the Bible anyway, so there's that. Okay, one thing right now, my favorite guy is Gideon. I adore Gideon's audacity to ask the right question. This is not a Sunday school, so I'm not here to preach to you about Gideon. If you want to learn about Gideon, go to your Bible and find out about Gideon, and then you get my point. I also really love Jonathan. I'm very big on loyalty, and just Jonathan's a really, really loyal friend. If I'm being honest, I like Jonathan more than I like David. It's really cool. That was fun to see the sincerity of a man's heart, loyalty against all odds. I really like Jonathan. Also, God's way of unpicking people needs to be studied. Like, it goes from the most unlikely person to do the most significant things. It's like, it's really dope. I really liked it. I really like it because it's a continuous process. It's not the way things are right now, the way we as humans select. We want to select based on certain capabilities, something that you see, but God just knows. I've seen that God will do what He needs to do to make something happen. That all the glory is going to be given right back to Him at the end of the day. It's going to be like, oh, this bad situation happened for this good thing to now happen. So I'm kind of relaxed now because of all the things that were happening to me. It's like, oh, I'm in for a surprise, guys. Trust me. Alright, so I'm going to leave you guys with two really important things that I've been able to write down from my, reading. About faith, I've seen that our confidence in our faith work is a byproduct of knowing that we are actually in God's will. Let it sit. Listen again. Our confidence in our faith work is a byproduct of knowing that we are in the will of God. The second one is, until your desires and expectations align with God's plan and will for your life, He's not obligated to bring them to pass. I'll say it again. Until your expectations and desires align with God's will and plan for your life, God is not committed to bringing them to pass. So a quick prayer would be asking God to please help us realign our desires and expectations to match with His own will for us, so that we don't keep knocking on a closed door and being the cause of our own stagnancy, because we have refused to ask for direction and for God's will to prevail. So pray that God helps everybody watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.